First and only on 4 tonight. For Valley commuters, driving becomes dangerous once the sun goes down.
Large portions of the interstate don't always have working lights. Action 4's Annalise Ortiz live to shed light on the situation.
Marcy and Eddie, city officials tell us it's like playing a game of whack-a-mole. Once they fix one problem area, another dark area, like right here in San Juan, pops up. So we wanted to know, what is it that's causing these lights to go out in the first place?
As the sun sets on Expressway 83, drivers say their concerns for safety rise.
It's kind of dangerous at nights, you got no lights.
From Brownsville to McAllen, portions of the Valley's most traveled interstate sit in the dark.
Oh, it's awful because I do have my dad and my mom, are older, not super old, but just those little patches, where it gets a little harder.
The Texas Department of Transportation say there's no single factor causing the lights to go out. Ants and other insects damage the underground wires. Water seeps in, causing outages. But the question remains, whose job is it to fix it?
Now, when these lights were first installed back in the 1990s, TxDOT cut a deal with the cities. They'd pay for the installation as long as the cities paid to keep them illuminated. Now it's clear that some cities have stayed true to that agreement while others have not.
Many years have gone by and due to either turnover, people come in and out of the city's administration, budget constraints and what have you, or just a lack of expertise for the particular area.
When we approach some of the municipalities whose portions of Interstate 2 aren't being maintained, we were given several different answers as to who was responsible to keep up with it. Some city managers didn't return our repeated requests for interview. Others didn't want to talk for fear of jeopardizing partnerships with state or county officials.
I can understand how people can see that it might be a, he said, she said, or a tossing and turning, or just a constant pointing of fingers. But in essence, it's an agreement, a maintenance agreement is very important because every entity has limited resources and has to use those resources to the best of their ability as a part of a responsible action to the taxpayer.
The director of the Hidalgo County Metropolitan Planning Organization says for many small cities, the limited funding is one of the biggest obstacles when it comes to keeping the lights working.
So I don't think any of our elected officials look at it as not important. It's just how do they prioritize the limited funding that we get here, whether it would be cities, federal, or state, to be able to go towards the lighting on the expressway.
The MPO is looking for ways to obtain more than $2 million in federal funding. They say that's the estimated price tag to upgrade every street light along Expressway 83 in Hidalgo County to LED lights.
LEDs use very little wattage, not very expensive on the electric bill, and a whole lot of bright light being put out there as we travel down the expressway.
In Cameron County, Harlingen is one city that's already made the switch to LED, but in the past they were plagued by the same issue that many smaller cities still struggle with.
But we do check on a regular basis. Our PD is great about going out there and inspecting the lights, but we can't get to all of them sometimes.
TxDOT says an eventual switch to LED lights is the best bet. And while drivers that we talk to understand that cities have to balance their budgets, they just want a safer commute.
For me, it's safety. Because people can see the lights. And if an accident happens, you can see what's going on and on. And like dark, you can see nothing.
The Hidalgo County Metropolitan Planning Organization expects to have some of that extra funding in their pockets by next year. They expect the entire county of Hidalgo to switch to those LED lights sometime between 2016 to 2017. Live in San Juan, Annalise Ortiz, Action 4 News.